When she boarded that plane, she thought she was leaving me behind forever. She didn't know that by the time she landed, every account in her name and her family's would be empty. I remember standing in the parking lot of the airport, watching the plane lights disappear into the night sky. My heart should have broken, but it didn't. It had already shattered weeks ago when I first found out. What I felt that night wasn't grief. It was clarity. Cold, surgical clarity. It started with small things. Her phone always face down. Late-night whispers in the bathroom. The smell of cologne that wasn't mine. I told myself it was stress. Her mother was sick, she said. That explained the sudden withdrawals from our joint account. The frequent visits to check on family. I wanted to believe her. You don't marry someone expecting to play detective in your own home. Then one day, our mutual friend Naveed sent me a message. I need to show you something. Don't get mad at me. Just be ready. He sent me photos. My wife, Sanaa, at a cafe near Karachi Sea View, her hand over another man's. I stared at that hand for a long time. The same hand that fed me when I was sick, that had rested on my chest while she whispered she'd never leave. The man was Faisal, her ex-fiancé. The one her parents had always preferred over me. The one she said was toxic. My first reaction wasn't rage. It was humiliation. Because suddenly, every moment we'd share felt like a lie wrapped in love. When I confronted her, she didn't even deny it. She cried, yes, but they weren't tears of guilt. They were tears of inconvenience. I didn't mean for you to find out like this, she said. It just happened. Faisal understands me in ways you never did. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. Instead, I walked out of the room and sat in my car for an hour, staring at nothing. My hands were shaking so badly I couldn't start the engine. 2 days later, I discovered the full scope of it. She and her family, her parents and her younger brother, were planning to move abroad with Faisal. A new start, she called it, an email I wasn't supposed to see. She'd already sold jewelry I bought her. Her father had transferred money from a business account that I'd helped build with him. They were all in on it. That night, something inside me shifted. I stopped being the betrayed husband and started being the accountant I'd always been, methodical, precise, and relentless. Over the next week, I gathered everything. Account details, property papers, signatures, passwords. Things I had access to because they trusted me to manage the finances of our small family business. I didn't shout. I didn't warn them. I let them pack their bags and pose for smiling selfies at the airport, acting like they'd won something. 2 hours after their flight took off, I logged into every shared account and moved everything into a new trust under my name. I froze the business assets legally using emergency clauses they conveniently overlooked. Every rupee they'd stolen, every luxury they planned to live off, gone in minutes. When they landed in Dubai, Sanaa called me. At first, her voice was sweet, just wanted to say goodbye properly. I didn't say a word. I waited. Then she said, "Wait, my card isn't working. Can you check the account?" Her tone changed from sweet to nervous, then angry. "What did you do?" she snapped. "You can't do this to me, to my family." I almost laughed. "You already did it to yourself," I said quietly, and I hung up. That was the last time we spoke for a while. For months, silence. Then one evening, I got a knock at my door. It was her father, thinner, defeated, the smell of travel on his clothes. Behind him, Sanaa stood, eyes swollen from crying, her brother dragging 2 suitcases behind them. They had returned. No money, no home abroad. The lover they followed had disappeared once he realized they couldn't fund his dreams. I should have felt pity. I didn't. Her father tried to reason with me. "Beta, we made a mistake. We thought—" I interrupted him. "You thought I was weak." Sanaa just stood there, staring at the ground. For the first time, she looked small. All that pride, all that arrogance, gone. I told them they could stay one night in the guest house. Nothing more. They did. I heard her crying through the thin walls, whispering prayers that came too late. The next morning, they were gone. People say revenge doesn't heal. Maybe that's true, but it gives you space to breathe when the world's been laughing at your pain. I rebuilt my life slowly. I sold the business, started fresh under a new name, somewhere quieter. Sometimes, late at night, I still replay everything. The lies, the way she looked at me the night I confronted her. I don't feel hatred anymore. Just distance. Like she's a story I once heard, not a person I once loved. A few months ago, I got a message from her. Just one line. "I'm sorry. I lost everything." I didn't reply, not out of cruelty, but because I finally understood something. Her loss wasn't about the money or the man or the failed escape. It was about realizing she betrayed the only person who would have forgiven her. And that's something no account in the world can restore. Now, every time I check my balance, it's not the numbers that give me comfort. It's the silence. The calm after the storm I didn't start, but chose to end on my own terms. They thought they could leave me broken and bankrupt. But in the end, I'm the one who walked away with everything that truly mattered. Peace, self-respect, and the knowledge that sometimes the quietest revenge is the loudest victory.